Welcome back. In Business here live at Occupy Wall Street here in Zuccotti Park. Occupy Wall Street is in its 6th week, and they have raised, as a movement, upwards of $500,000, with most of it coming in the form of donations. With me now, Pete Dutro. He is the unofficial leader of the finance working group of the New York arm of Occupy Wall Street.
We have no leaders.
We said unofficial.
I am not unofficial or official. We are leaderless.
Well, you have a background in finance. You studied it, and you are helping, can we say at least that, with the direct financing and funding here. Where did that almost $500,000 come from?
Donations, mostly from our online donations, where people go to the website and donate through our donate button. We've also raised a significant amount of cash on site by putting out donation buckets. But most of it comes through the website.
Why is it important to you to not be the official leader?
Because this is not an ego thing. This is a movement that is about people organizing horizontally, as we've done on the internet in the past. This is kind of a movement that is manifesting itself from the internet and the way the internet organizes itself. And now we are here meeting face to face in real time and getting things done in the physical space rather than a virtual space.
Now, you had a job as a tattoo artist, but you studied finance, and you're using some of those skills here. What is it that you intend to do with the money that you've raised? How are you allocating it?
Well, we're allocating it to the working groups to fund their projects that they've been working on. A lot of money has been going into the infrastructure of the park. We've put a significant amount of money into media to get our message out, because a lot of us feel that the message that most media has been putting out is very inaccurate.
Well, what is the message?
Well, I think we've done a very good job in shaping the message. You're all coming to us now. You're all talking to us now. You're all starting to talk about the issues that we've been bringing up, which is economic equality and the fact that, like, you know, a very few people have made a lot of money on the backs of everybody else. And they can't do that alone. It takes a community of people, a whole society, to be able to get things done. They often say, oh, we're the ones who make the money, we're the ones who pay the taxes. Well, everybody pays taxes, and they also don't factor in a lot of externalities, like roads. If there weren't public roads, how are their goods going to get to market? That is a subsidy to the oil industry, to the auto industry, to every business that's here.
So you want to do away with government subsidies?
No, I didn't say that.
Well, what are you saying? That's what
I'm saying is that they're saying they're entitled to all the profit because they made it all, and that nobody helped them make it. They perpetuate the myth of the self-made man. That is not what happens. It takes a society to build wealth.
You owned a business.
I did own a business.
A tattoo shop.
I owned a tattoo shop, and I was also a partner in a software development company.
So, did you still have those views when you were a business owner and running it?
Yes.
How did you deal with your employees at the time?
How did I deal with my employees? I treated them like family.
Did you take the biggest share of the profits?
No, actually I didn't. Most of my employees made more money than I did.
Why was that?
Because they had an hourly rate, they earned their wage fairly, and the way the business was structured, like especially my tattoo shop, it was really more of a collective than it was, you know, my shop to make me famous. It was more about our whole little group.
Now, when you say a collective, it sounds like your message isn't just to Wall Street. You're talking to Washington as well here.
Yes, there has been a marriage of big money in government, and there's been a revolving door of people who work for both of those things. They go into the private sector, and then they come into government, and then they say, oh, it's only the private sector that creates jobs and makes money. Well, the federal government is one of the largest employers in this country. The military alone employs lots of people.
But do you want a bigger government? Do you want the government to be employing more people?
No, that's not what we're saying. What we're saying is we want some equality in the way that things are distributed. We want some reform in how things are done. We want some access to the political process, because right now the only people that have access are people with money.
Yeah.
We have a two-party system that have become two clubs that are just basically set there to keep their jobs in office. And if you want to keep your job, you have to fundraise. And if you can't get the big paychecks into your coffers, you don't get elected.
What happens here when it starts snowing this weekend? Are you going to stay down here at Zuccotti Park?
Well, I'm usually here from very early in the morning until very late. I don't always stay in the park because, you know, I'm not trying to get sick. I am one of the people that's involved with the, you know.
You still have a home to go back to.
I do have a home.
Yeah.
And, but, you know, I'm also trying to kind of preserve my strength and not get burnt out and not get sick so that I can't function and do my job. Our working group, we work very hard. We work very long hours.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's real easy to burn out. And one of the things that we've kind of decided as a working group is that we're going to take some measures so we don't burn out.
We've got to leave it right there.